and welcome back to my channel where we're about that breaking cycles life. I hope you guys are good and I hope you guys are ready for the day ahead. And for today's encouragement, um, we're going to the book of Psalms, and it is Psalm 32 verse 8. And it says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will guide you with my eye. I think this one is just really a reminder to us that we should learn to let go and let God. Because if He says He will instruct us and teach us, then it means that we have to be teachable. We have to be humble to the point where, okay, it's not what Shanique thinks, it's not what Abby thinks, it's not what Bob thinks, it's not what anyone thinks. It's what God thinks, and because He knows best for us, guys, He will definitely instruct us in the way we should go and teach us, because He knows, okay, the future, and He knows, okay, if you go on this path, then definitely it's not going to be best for you. So He'll teach you and instruct you, okay, Shani, don't go this way, go this way, because this way is the best way for your life right now. And a great example of this, guys, is actually Abraham, where it took that level of faith to listen to God and to have God instruct him on what to do, right? Especially in regards to sacrificing his one and only, well, not his only child, but his promised child, right? And he was humble and he was teachable, that God said, okay, go and sacrifice your child. He did just that. And God guided him, and God had a lesson for him. So the point out of this is, oftentimes when God says something and the fact that He is instructing you to do something, it might seem crazy, like killing your own child. But He has a purpose in it. And even though it looks crazy, even though it looks as if nothing is going to work out, God knows that this path is good. And if we just humble ourselves, if we just have a teachable attitude, guys, we can definitely, at the end of the road, realize and understand that, yes, this was the right way to go. And God definitely had my best interest at heart. And another example, my life in regards to coming to medicine. Oh my, you guys should ask my mom, guys. For that 2 years, guys, when I was just going off a word spoken in my head, and anyone could be like, Shanique, are you crazy or something of the sort? I was like, I know that voice was clear to me, and I know what it told me to do, and I literally followed God. Like, looking back at it, I was like, whoa, you are crazy. But I'm not, actually. I was just obedient to what God wanted me to do. He just said, okay, medicine, okay. As much as I fought, I still did it. As much as I fought, I still did it, guys. And He told me, okay, Shani, go and do chemistry, okay. None of my journey to medicine was a matter of dreams or confirmation in terms of dreams. It was literally Him walking by my side, talking to me, and be like, okay, Shani, do this, Shani, do this, Shani, do this. And now looking back, I'm like, wow, it really was God, because He had His hand in it the entire time. The times when I was fighting against it, He literally blocked. Like, you could feel or sense the presence of God in my life at that present moment, guys, where He literally blocked certain things when I was trying to do things my own way, right? When I was not being teachable. And He still was patient with me. He still tried to instruct me. And even though He's a very patient God, okay, to deal with a Shanique, okay, guys? He literally stayed by my side and was saying, Shanique, do this, do that, do this, do that. And I listened. As much as I fought, I listened to Him, and look where I am. Who would have thought I'd be in this school, doing medicine with people who have already studied science subjects thoroughly from high school, when what I was doing was business, right? So yeah, it's actually very good to be teachable, guys, because you never know. Like, who would have known 2 years later that I would actually get accepted, right? So you never know what's going to come at the end of the tunnel, guys. You never know. And I can see many other plans that he has for me, and everything in my life, every promise or every instruction that he gives me, it's not necessarily a dream. Sometimes he just says it to me, or I just have this great desire in my heart, and I'm like, yes, I know that this is definitely what you want me to do. And with that being said, I just write it down, and I'm like, okay, it will happen, right? And that is God speaking to me, and he's instructing me, he's guiding me with his own eye, because he knows my future. And it took a lot of patience with Shanique. He has a lot of patience. Again, I say it. It took a lot of me humbling myself and being teachable and not trying to work things out my own way. And yes, at times, like especially my anger, sometimes I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I don't care. I don't care about the plans. I don't care about anything. Just stop this right now and let me do things my way. And then I hear his voice, my blessing is not in that way. Or, Shanique, be quiet. Yeah, we have conversations, guys. But the point is, I have to constantly be going through a process of humiliation. He has to constantly be putting me in a teachable mode, because if you leave it up to Shanique will control everything, right? And he has to be like, no, Shanique, no, Shanique, no, Shanique. This is not what I want for you. Please just trust me. You will understand in the end. You will understand, Shanique. Just trust me. Just be teachable. Just be humble. And let me guide you. Hold my hand, Shanique. Let me hold your right hand and guide you. And trust me, guys, that process of humiliation, it's not necessarily the easiest, but it's definitely worth it, because when I see him work things out for me, I'm the same one who was arguing with him and cussing him out is the same one praising him. I'm like, wow, you're so beautiful. You're my God. I love you so much, right? And then the next minute a child comes, I'm like, who is this man? I'm like, what's your problem? Why another child? But it's just the relationship. Can't help it, right? But yes, guys, we ought to have a spirit that is humble and teachable, because he promises to instruct us and guide us with his own eye. And because he knows the future and he knows what's best for us, being humble or going through that process of humiliation is key for us in our Christian journey. And we ought to constantly be asking God. I told you guys in a previous video, I am literally always praying, Lord, keep me humble. Because, not that I practice pride or anything, but I'm so fearful of exhibiting pride and straying away from God that I have to constantly be like, listen, I don't want to be out of your kingdom. Please humble me so that I can stay in your kingdom and I can be there forever with you, because my only desire is to sit on your lap and be like, hi, Daddy. Just be there with him and just talk to him every day, every minute, every second. Like, that's just my greatest desire in life. And I know that may very well be this very same for you. So let's all pray today and for every day after this day that we will have a humble spirit. And even though the process of humiliation will be hard, it's definitely worth it. So praise God in that process as much as it's hard. Listen to your songs that will give you comfort, and Just trust him. He will definitely work things out for you guys, and he will instruct you and guide you with his eye. Okay guys, so I'll see you on Sunday. Okay, bye bye, have a great day.